You're listening to the BTEC podcast with Mr. B. Welcome to episode 1 of the BTEC podcast. So today I'm going to be going through an overview of all the fitness components. So make sure you're following me on social media. Make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube, where I'm going to give you loads more information to do with Unit 1 revision. Make sure you check out any of the other links I've got in my link tree. Okay, so they're broken down into physical fitness components and skill-related fitness components. So starting off with aerobic endurance. This might also be known as cardiovascular endurance or stamina. They're all the same thing. So this is the ability to work for a sustained period of time. Some of the examples, the obvious one is a marathon runner. So Mo Farah is a really good example of an athlete that requires really good aerobic endurance. When we put it in a games context, midfielders in football, centres in netball, okay, they all really need good aerobic endurance to last throughout their event. And midfielders and centres in netball don't stop running at all for the entire game. That's why they need the endurance. Muscular endurance, this is the ability to perform against moderate resistance for a sustained amount of time. So when we're talking about examples with those, we've got cycling or rowing, as in they're doing the same action repeatedly, and they have to repeatedly apply force during their event. Flexibility is the ability to allow a greater range of motion around the joints of the body. Now, this is important in events such as gymnastics or hurdling, but also really important for performers to avoid injury. Speed is defined by the equation distance travelled divided by time taken. There are 3 types of speed. We've got accelerative speed, we've got pure speed, and we've got speed endurance. So accelerative speed is when you're increasing from 0 up to 30 meters. Pure speed is when you're actually at your top speed. So 100 meters in athletics is a really good assessment of pure speed. And then speed endurance is the ability to use speed over a prolonged period of time with short recoveries. Muscular strength, this is when we've got the maximum force that a muscle can apply. Performers in weightlifting will require outstanding muscular strength. Also stuff like combat sports and rugby require really good muscular strength. Body composition. This is the ratio of fat-free mass to fat mass in the body. So generally, successful performers will have to have a desired body type for their sport. Gymnastics or horse riding jockeys need to be small and light. Marathon runners tend to be really lean. Sumo wrestlers have high body fat percentage. So that summarises the 6 components of physical fitness. We're going to now look at the 5 components of skill-related fitness. Okay, so the 5 components of skill-related fitness. We've got agility, balance, coordination, power, and reaction time. So agility is the ability to change direction at speed. This is really influential in team sports when you have to dodge and move away from opposing players. Combat sports such as MMA and boxing also require really good agility. So some examples of football players you might think about that have got really good agility. Ronaldo and Gareth Bale are the main examples because they have such an advantage over opposition. They can get away from defenders more effectively. Balance, this is the ability to maintain the centre of gravity of a base of support. So this is split into static and dynamic balance. Static balance is a stationary balance, such as handstand, while dynamics balance is remaining balanced throughout a movement or action. So a lot of sports performers in games, like football, netball, basketball, will need really good dynamic balance when they're actually performing in their event. So passing or shooting, they need to be balanced when they do that in those games. Coordination, this is the ability to move all the parts of the body together. We can split this into 3 types of coordination. We've got hand-eye, we've got foot-eye, and we've got hand-to-hand. Power is the combination of strength and speed. So this is calculated by force times distance divided by time. Power is really important for events that have explosive movements, such as a smash in badminton or tennis. The last skill-related fitness component is reaction time, which is the time taken to react to stimulus. So in all invasion games, players will need to react to the opposition and different situations throughout the game. A tennis player will need to react to the serve, while a swimmer or sprinter will need to react to a starter's gun. Again, football, rugby, basketball, netball, you're always having to react to defenders, or if you're defending, reacting to the attackers. So really good reaction time, again, helps with that agility as well. So that summarises the 11 fitness components you need to know for BTEC PE. So that's 6 physical fitness components and 5 skill-related fitness components. Right, so make sure you subscribe to this podcast. New podcasts every week, running through the Unit 1 revision material. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. I'll put relevant links to fitness components in the description below. So make sure you're working hard in your BTEC, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.